It was a dark and stormy night. But then again, I'm living in a noir, so it's always a dark and stormy night. I was sitting down thinking about life. Yep, that's me. Detective Chair, Private Eye. And as you can tell, I'm something of a great detective in this world. I've solved many cases, such as solving murder mysteries. It was you! Finding lost items. It's right by you, Mrs. Bag. Oh, is that what it is? An amazing detective I am, but I must say, this was my hardest case, and I will take you back to the case of the missing mate.
What's going on?
I was sitting down reading a book, not a care in the world, when an unfamiliar person walked into the room. Nope, you'll have to look down. Back up a little bit. There he was. A shoe. And not just that, but a Skechers. I heard you're one of the best detectives in town, he said. He was trying to sound vague. I always know that type of customer. They're either up to something or... What are you doing? The client was a bit confused in the way I was talking. As I was not talking to him, I was... Can you stop that? You know all of that is out loud, right? Oh, okay. Sorry, sir. So, what seems to be the problem? Well, as it may happen, I have lost my wife. Your other pair? Yeah, my other pair. So does that mean you've lost your... Detective, don't you... Soulmate? Detective, this is no time for jokes. Right, sorry. We'll discuss the details. Have a seat. On you? No. You'll be sitting on here. Whew. All right. This is a bit uncomfortable, but I'll have to deal with it. So, tell me what happened. All the details that you can remember. Okay, let's see. I was taking a walk with my other shoe, and we were having a jolly old time. I told my other shoe that I had to go do something. I'll be back in a bit. I then walked off. After doing what I had to do, I made it. I went back down to see that my other shoe was missing. There were only 3 things around me that I know did the crime. Well, possibly. Henry, the lamp, Dan the couch, and Kenny the frame. It's up to you to figure out who did it, detective. I was hesitant, thinking that this might be a bit hard, but that's what all detectives have to do. I'll do it. Great, meet me at the human's house at like 12 o'clock. I'll see you there. This is the place, detective. This is the place where it happened. The scene of the crime. I looked around at the place, and the only thing I could conclude from the view, this place is disgusting. Maybe it's because I'm in noir and everyone's moody and noir stuff. So, what will you do first, detective? Well, I'll have to start with questioning everyone. First up, Henry the lamp. Now, I could see why this lamp could have hated a shoe. Perhaps the lampshade got knocked off. Or many more things. All it takes is a little investigation. Henry the lamp. Whoa, what is this? Is this like an investigation? It's not an investigation. I just need to ask you a few questions. That's an investigation. Yes, I guess it is. Are you aware of the crime? Yeah. Mr. Shoe would never shut up about it. He's almost like his wife, Mrs. Shoe. You have intel on this shoe? Do I ever? Mrs. Shoe was a chatterbox. She would be talking and talking and talking all the time, and I could never get to sleep. Why don't you just turn your light? Do you know how lamps work, or do I, pal? I could tell that this guy was a bit stressed. Suspiciously. We get it. Stop doing that. Of course. What else do you know? Well, I don't know anything else. That's pretty much all I know. I just complain a lot. He is a big complainer, and he was correct in his... Yeah, we get it. Now buzz off. Next up was Dan the Couch. I don't know why a couch would steal a shoe, but it had to be for some reason. Dan, I need to ask you a few questions. What? Oh, what? Sorry, I was sleeping. What was that, detective? Said I needed to ask you a few questions. Is this about Mrs. Shoe going missing? 'Cause I swear I didn't do it. I'm too lazy to be doing that. I'm not saying that you did. I was saying that he did. You know you're saying that out loud, right? I guess I am. Okay, what do you know about the crime? Nothing really, other than that the shoe is gone. What's your relationship with shoes? Well, that's a weird question, but hey, I'll tell you. I would always hate it when everyone would always get on me to rest, but then would leave their freaking shoes on.
This couch feels so comfy. I could just go do a...
Always so frustrating, and I get all dirty afterwards. It's just no good. It seems like everyone in this world does have a lot of negative feelings. I heard that. Grace detective, more like rudest detective. Thank you for your time, Mr. Couch. And the last person is Kenny the Frame. I can sort of see why a frame would want to steal a shoe. Maybe the shoe is very nice, and the frame wanted to steal it because of that. It turns out I was right. Probably not about the... Well, it's probably a red herring if I just tell you that, like, they were the one that did it. But, like, I'm not going to tell you that they're the one who did it. They didn't do it. Or did they? That's what I'm here to figure out. Hello, Kenny. What are you doing here? I am busy looking beautiful. You do have a nice picture inside of you. I do have a nice picture, no? Anyways, I'm going to need you to answer a few questions. Well, then spit it out. I don't have all day, you know. What do you know about the crime? Well, all that I can say is that it was great that they got lost. It just means that I got more attention. You know your accent's slipping, right? It is not. I have an authentic accent. Thank you very much. I can tell that this frame had a bone to pick with the shoe. Why, yes I do. You know you're saying that to the... Out loud. Yeah, I get that a lot. Rumph. At this point, I was stumped. All of them seemed like they had a bone to pick with the other shoe, but none of them could have done it. The lamp couldn't have done it because it's a glass lamp, and if it tried to get down, it would break. Dan the Couch couldn't have done it because he's too lazy. And the frame couldn't have done it because same thing as the lamp. So as much as I hated to say this, I was stumped, so I asked a few questions to him. Shoo, it seems that I'm stumped. Who else do you think could have stolen it? Well, there is one more person. Someone who is capable of theft and has been a thief many times. Slipper. Slipper? Yes, Slipper. Slipper would always be jealous when me and Mrs. Shoe would walk by. Why are you guys always used so much? Well, we just go outside more. It's just a thing that happens. I wish I could be used more. This isn't fair. Oh, let's just say it's not completely out of the question. Slipper. You know what we need? What do we need? Wait, I think I know. A stakeout. Evening lunch. Oh, you were saying stakeout? Yep, we could have a steaks. And I were led to the main location of where we would find Sandal. Sandal's house. If we can find her when she's home, then we might as well crack the case. Yep, we might as well. I think she's coming home right now. Honey, I'm home. Huh, just kidding. There's no one named Honey. I live alone. We have to be really quiet about this. Agreed. We should probably stop talking right now. So we waited. And we waited. And we waited. This was taking a long time. And it seemed that the slipper wasn't doing anything. Until we figured something out. Is that the other shoe? We figure it out. It's Slipper. We're gonna have to tell everyone. Everyone gather around. I have an announcement to make. And that means you, Slipper. Alright. What's going on? Did you find the culprit? Who was the one who popped the clutch? I really want to know. As luck may have it, I may know who it is. A bit ago, me and Shu did a stakeout. And what we found was Slipper's house with Mrs. Shu in it. Is that so? Yes. It was in a part of Slipper's house. And after further investigation, I think I know who it was. The culprit who did the crime was... Ooh, here it comes. Kenny the Frame. What? Detective, it couldn't be Kenny. I mean, Kenny was up there the entire time. Yeah, Detective, we all saw Slipper in her room with Mrs. Shu in the room. That is true. But something didn't make sense about this. Something about this wasn't right. Why would you only steal one shoe if you're jealous that it gets used a lot? A person would just use a different pair of shoes. The shoes would need to have a bit of individuality to be stolen like that. To have someone want to steal it. And who, pray tell, was a person who wanted to steal a shoe because it looked too good. None other than Kenny the Frame. And it was all under our noses this entire time. Kenny even tried to frame Slipper for doing the crime. So all I have to ask is this true? Yes, it is true. It is? So I'm innocent. As much as I hate to say it, she's innocent. I was going to take out one of the shoes because you can't just wear one shoe. Even if the shoes look very good, you have to wear both the shoes. It's kind of like fashion law or something like that. It's in like the Bible or something. Who knows? Anyways, I thought it would be less work to only steal one. But then they were on to us. And I figured I had to steal another one. So I was going for me? Yes. But the thing is, how can you catch me when I've disappeared? Where'd she go? You cannot find me. I am a master of disguise. You could look for hours, but you couldn't get off the table. Oh no, you found me. Kenny was then put in jail. I must say, I am very impressed. You figured it out very quickly. But how? Well, it's because I'm Detective Chair.
What
Private. We've been spotted.